is.
Today, I'm going to talk about something that hopefully will help you take on board and actually understand a lot of the fantastic ideas that you've heard today. Now, it's a simple idea, but it does have the power to really transform your teaching. Now, how many of you know people who are great teachers, but they just make it seem effortless, as though they're not really trying? Don't you hate those kind of people? Now, how many of you also know people who, no matter what they do, it's just a disaster, a complete car crash? Now, many of you may feel that that's you. No matter how hard you work, you just can't seem to quite get the break. Now, what I'm going to talk about is not my idea. In fact, it's not a new idea at all. You and I have an image of ourselves. It's how we see ourselves. It's our self-image. When you look in a mirror, there's a reflection coming back from the mirror. It's a reflection of your physical being, but that's not how you see you. In your mind, you might be fatter, you might be thinner, you might be uglier, or even more handsome. What you see in your mind, or how you see yourself, is different from the physical reality that everyone else sees. We all perceive ourselves differently. The question here is, who do you think that you are? We're really happy with who we think we are, and we constantly seek to change ourselves, maybe our weight, maybe the way that we do things, our teaching practice. The ideas that we listen to make these changes, they're external ideas and they're external changes. But the person inside, your self-image, is still the same. Now, if you view yourself as conservative, for example, you're not going to do anything crazy like bungee jumping or whitewater rafting, because it's just not you. It's not how you view yourself. Equally, loud, outgoing people behave according to how they view themselves. And there is some stuff they just won't do because it doesn't fit with that vision, that image. There's a problem there because we can trap ourselves in our own self-image. So when we learn a new idea or a new skill, we're stuck with the idea of, this is who I am, and the new skill or new idea, well, we just don't use it because it isn't who we are. And this is our bubble. This is our comfort zone, this self-image, this thing that says who we are and how we see ourselves. Now, we all have goals. We all think about, actually, I want to achieve this. And our goals are often bigger than our own self-image. They're outside our bubble. They're outside our comfort zone. When we try to achieve our goals, but we repeatedly fail, it can shrink our bubble. We go from floating at 70 meters to floating at 60 meters because our bubble has shrunk. It doesn't keep us up as high. Now, some people will accept this. They set more realistic expectations. They don't float as high as they once did. Their self-image has changed. We're not good enough to be 70-meter floaters, and actually, it's not that bad down here. That's what they'll tell themselves. Now, some of us won't accept being a 60-meter floater. This isn't who we are. There's something happens. We get a drive to try again. We'll push, we'll keep trying until we reach 70 meters. But often we won't stop there. We don't want to fail again. So we keep adding gas to our bubble until we reach 80 meters, 90 meters, 95 meters, 97 meters, maybe even 99 meters. And then we stop. We look around. We panic. Our inner voice starts speaking to us. Who do you think you are? You don't belong up here. You're not a 99-meter floater. Get back down to 70 meters where you belong. We feel like imposters. We self-sabotage. We stop doing the stuff that got us to where we are, and we start doing stupid stuff, ridiculous stuff. We let ourselves down, sometimes falling below the 70-meter mark, starting the cycle all over again. Now, I'm not here to tell you to work harder, do more, drive yourself into the ground. The job is hard enough already without putting that kind of pressure on yourself. I'm here to talk about how you can change that self-image, how you can start to grow your bubble, okay, to increase it. Now, we all have habits. Now, our habits are a reflection of ourselves, okay? They impact all sorts of parts of our lives. When I was younger, about 16, I started smoking. My friends smoked, so I tried it. The first time I smoked around at a friend's house one lunchtime when I was supposed to be in school, I took a cigarette, lit it, inhaled, and I choked. I coughed, my eyes watered, I felt sick. I wasn't a smoker. Keep smoking, you'll get used to it, my friends told me, and they were right. I did carry on and I became a smoker, but it became a habit. I smoked because I was a smoker. I'm a smoker, therefore I smoke. Now, giving up was hard. I wanted to give up myself and my, at the time, young children. And it was hard, not because I didn't know how to give up. I mean, how to do something new is often not complex. I mean, in this case, all I had to do was stop putting the cigarette into my mouth and lighting it, and do this consistently. Now, it's the consistency of the actions that we take that can change how we perceive ourselves. I have aspirations to be a runner. I'm not a runner, not yet, but becoming a runner is not complex either. I mean, the how-to is easy. I just need to run, put one foot in front of the other, moving forward again and again and again, and just do it faster. The hard part is running consistently, ignoring those voices in your head that say, who are you trying to kid? You look ridiculous. Some middle-aged man dressed in running gear, shambling about in front of people. Quite frankly, it's an embarrassment. Anyway, it's too late to do anything about it now. Just go park your ass on the sofa and watch a movie. Have another beer. You're not a runner. Now, ignoring those voices in your head is the hard part. If I'm going to be a runner, I need to keep doing it until it becomes a habit. Until I run because I'm a runner, there'll be no need for willpower, no need for determination. It will just be a habit. I'll get up, I'll go for a run. Not because I'm forcing myself to, but because I am a runner. Now, why have I shared these two stories with you? We all know what it takes to change our lives and our teaching practice. That the how-to is not that complicated. You can Google most things. I want to lose weight. How do I do it? Google it. I want to be a better teacher. How do I do it? I Google it. The question is, we always ask is, how do I do it? Now, whatever you want to do, you already know how to do it. What you actually need to do is decide to do something about it. Now, you've heard some fabulous speakers today, people who are far better teachers, speakers, raconteurs than I am. And if you want to change who you are and be more than you are now, then my message to you is don't just sit there and say to yourself, how interesting. But it's not really works. It's not really me. It works for them because of who they are. Instead, choose one idea, one thing you can try, one thing you don't normally do, and just do it. Argue with your inner voice. When it says, you can't do this, it's not you. I just did it. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can be more. Grow your bubble. Grow your comfort zone. Grow it until your bubble just bursts. Someone once said to me, hell is meeting the person you could have been. Ask yourself, and you answer, who do I have to be to produce the results that I want? And you can answer that question. You will have the key to making your great ideas work. You will have the key to being a better teacher.
Hiya, Ben.
How there, Graham? How are you doing?
Thank you very much. There we go. Look, thank you very much for sharing that with us. I love that. I love that at the end. Hell was it meeting the person you think you could have been or something like
The
that?
person you could have been, yeah.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it sort of changed my perspective. The whole thing was going to be about well-being and talking about we put ourselves in bubbles and moving things around. I had to cut it down quite a bit to fit it in under the 10 minutes. So hopefully it still made sense to a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. Well, it did to me anyway. Yeah, it really resonated. So thanks very much, Ben, for that. Super, mate. Have you enjoyed today?
I have. I've been dipping in and out. I've seen some really, really good ones. I do want to